All right, now we're good. All right, so just going over the print driver and pin table. So all I did was I came up just to the print icon to just kind of walk through this. We'll go through plot sets in a minute, but going through printing. So what we'll end up doing in the plot sets is loading the print driver and the pin table. And you can see it goes down and it goes through the workspace groups. Where we put ours, we put them in the workset standards to reside in there. So I'm going to jump into the workset standards. And this is where I have, so basically just calling it CDOT PDF plot config. It's going to be that file. So you can see, I don't know if you guys saw there was some green text. You'll see it in the recording, but there's some green text in here, green lines. This didn't all print out quite right because it wasn't using the right driver. And then the pin table we're going to use is same thing. We're going to go to the minor projects. And we're going to go to the 5 standards and the workset standards. And in there is CDOT pin table. So I have the CDOT pin table. So now everything prints out. There's going to print out the way that I'd like to. Right now we have this on rasterize because of how we did our shape file. So if I do the rasterize, you'll see that that kind of goes behind. By doing this high quality, and again, we'll have this outlined out. But if I go in to, I don't want to do that. I want to go to edit. The driver configuration file. So in here, there's it's called color maps. So basically 0 through 8, 10 and 11, and 13, you can see I'll say 0, 0, 0. That means we want these levels to print out in black. So our normal, so this kind of goes back even long time ago. Colors 0 through 8, usually I always print black, whether they're red, yellow, whatever, they're primary colors that we want to print out black because we use a lot of primary colors that we just want to have print out that way. 10 and 11 and 13 are all associated with cut and fill lines, those different elements too. So with those colors and how those print. So these will all print at a color of 0. All of the rest of these are what you see is what you get. So whatever color is associated to them is what they will be. So again, with that color wheel, and we'll have that implemented as well. And then in my pin table, if I go to edit my pin table, you can see before, like there's a whole bunch of different things. The only thing that we have selected through here are images, text, and GIS. The reason why we have those is because those need to be implemented by the pin table in the order of how they're received and how they print out, especially text, how it's masked, how it's and how it prints across the sheets. So as far as the pin tables go, that's really the pin tables and how those interact. So you can see like even the print colors, we can control the print colors in the pin table if we want to, or in the print driver. We just have it in the print driver currently. Again, these would be how these would print out otherwise if it's not controlled in that print driver. So pin weights, all of those different elements, text substitutions, so your dollar signs, all that are controlled with this pin table. So again, we have one pin table, one print driver. When we go to print that, then everything prints out correctly the way that we're looking for it to. I'm just going to print something real quick so I have it. Just going to print it on my here, and then Schwab, I'm going to switch it over to you here in a minute on plot sets, but then again, there you go. So you can see it printed out, my PDF, what I saw, what I got, printed out everything the way that it was supposed to. So that is really the pin table and the print driver. Same thing works for utility files that are in color, drainage files for the storm system in like a darker green, the right-of-way files with the hatching, all of that stuff is manipulated in your files, then you're just using one driver, one pin table only. So Schwab, do you want to go ahead and just switch to plot sets real quick? And then we'll take questions after plot sets.
Yep. Very similar to what Jeremy was saying. We'll add our files first, and then we'll adjust our plot driver and pin table. So I'm just going to attach this notes file that I'm in. And then, sorry, let me go back one step. So the first thing you want to select is the manually specified options. And then under this dropdown, you want to select all sheet models. And then under the main tab, we come and hit these three dots to the right of the pin table. And we navigate towards that work set standards. And we'll pick that pin table. Hit OK. We'll hit OK. We'll add our sheets, and then after that, you'll see the plot drivers controlled on the bottom. So we'll select that here in a second. And because we created our sheets from seeds, the seeds tie everything to 11 by 17 file. Everything should be set up in paper space or paper sizing and all that. So you shouldn't have to do anything other than selecting pen table and plot drive.
I see you're having relative pass issue back. I think people are reporting very slow bug-wise lately.
Okay, so then we click the plot driver. Okay. And then we're all set up, but we want to name our piece set so that it'll print out at the correct naming convention. So we'll save. And we're going to browse to a new location that we're using. We have a new folder called Design Milestones Submittals. So that's all broken up based on whatever submittal we're currently working on. And then you'll notice we'll have a plot sets folder under there. So we'll treat this as an FIR plot set. So we're going to do our project number, roadway, plan. These are general, so we'll go general, notes. And then in the description, we'll just say I-70B, general, notes, pset. And then let's save. And we can now print to somewhere on our desktop or wherever you need to. So. And I had that on a no plot level for the notes, but that kind of explains how to do it. So I guess we can stop for any questions.
Yep.